Welcome back to my channel. I'm VPL. Um, well, so as you probably saw in my last tutorial sort of thing, I've just been going through a bunch of my stuff and like they don't make a bunch of the stuff I really like anymore. Yeah, so I've like, how do I explain this? I was in an abusive relationship or a series of several abusive relationships for since I was about 17. And because of that, now that I'm no longer in those relationships, I'm wanting to do a lot of the stuff that I wasn't able to during that time period. Um, and that's kind of like what I wanted to do with this YouTube channel, but it's just like being a personal vlogger isn't really a thing anymore, it seems like. It seems like everything is just like branding on branding on branding and commercials, and it's just like it already feels like exhausting. Um it, it's like I was already relearning how to do so much stuff, and I had these like ideas for what I wanted to do for this like channel project, and um it's not really going quite the way that I expected. Um, yeah, like kind of what I wanted to talk about is like, okay, so I was going through a lot of my stuff. Like I have like a lot of cosmetics. This one was one of my favorites. It's the Axe body spray Anarchy For Her. This is version one. There was also a kind of orangey colored one that was version two. It's like the feminine version of their Anarchy scent or whatever. But they don't make this anymore, and it's like, what do I do? Do I advocate for the company for them to start making that again? Or like, it just doesn't, I don't know, I lost it. Um, Something about being environmentally friendly. Well, like the whole point was that it doesn't matter how much you like something, if you're not the one who's in control, you can't like going away is completely out of your jurisdiction or whatever. And it's like if you don't have the ability to get that power, and it's like with the way things are with computers and the net right now, like if you don't even know how much power that you don't have. Like your feed can be so individually manipulated, like like given proper motivation, someone could like erase certain very intrinsic aspects of our life using network manipulation. If you get most of your information from the internet, particularly from it's already being like heavily manipulated. Like we're not in control of the algorithms that are being used, and they're only being used to generate ad revenue. Like I'm tired of pretending like there's that like that company, not the one company that I don't want to shop at, but the other one that it rhymes with ho ho ho. That they'll do anything that but be like capitalist pigs. All they do is generate ad revenue. That's all they do. They don't offer support to their employees. They like it, like pretty much like anyone who I've met who works there is like a picture of a broken man or lady. Not that I've met any ladies that work there, though I hear that they exist. It's like I feel like I'm living in the shadow of this like behemoth and it's going to collapse on me and I'm going to be crushed. It's like, what the am I supposed to do about that? Like, it's hot as today, so please excuse my constant cursing and very frustrated attitude. I have heat sensitivity and I've also been advised to not use power during this time. So I'm on battery because it's like one of those like heat alert sort of things. And yeah, so today is going swimmingly, if you do ask. Um, yeah, they still haven't come to do the supposedly like pre-move out inspection because that's not going to happen. It doesn't exist. I got a really strange email from them. Let me read this to you. Like, do you think it's okay to have a landlord who is actually just an AI that's managing the building? Because I don't. I think that's ethically wrong. This email wasn't sent by a human, and there's no way that you can convince me that it was. Urgent notice to residents dash and then the address here. Let's see. It says do not reply at manage bleepity bleep bleep. Because I don't want to dox myself more than I already have. Oh, P.S. If you're trying to dox me, you're doing a terrible job. I'm making all my information public. Watch me now. So mad. Okay, so it has the name of the property management company, and then it says new announcement for address, notice to residents, and then this part's in all caps, urgent notice regarding crime. And then it's dated September 1st, 2022. Dear valued residents, colon, being a victim of a crime can certainly be a difficult and troubling experience, period. We understand the importance of making you feel comfortable in your home and have taken actions to enhance the desir- desirability of our community. Please be aware that there have been reported incidents of vehicle break-ins in and parking lot theft around our community. We don't have a parking lot at this building. The Oakland Police Department has assured us that they are aware of the increased crime and are responding accordingly. Please be assured that we are working closely with the police department and are fully cooperating with their requests. Really, because when I asked for footage for when my house got broken into and people on my bed, you didn't reply to my emails and suddenly like it was like it didn't exist. So like that's great. Um Despite our efforts, we unfortunately cannot guarantee the elimination of crime as stated in your lease. It's not stated in the lease. Um, Ultimately, we must rely on the police department to assist us in addressing this matter, as we do not have the capabilities of law enforcement officers. What is that like? That sentence adds nothing but like frustration to this email for me. Let's see. And they're in violation of the Can of Spam Act. Suck it. There's no unsubscribe button. There's no unsubscribe button, and I did not subscribe to this email. That's more than 6 months rent here. So I hope you have that much for all of the tenants in this building who didn't sign up for this email, because you as a former
Ho, ho, ho!
employee should know better. I know that you know better, and I know that you're watching these. So, like, let's see. Got a little frustrated there. Let me finish up this weird email. Despite our efforts, we unfortunately can't guarantee the elimination of crime as stated in your lease. Ultimately, we must rely on the police department to assist us in addressing these matters, that we do not have the capabilities of law enforcement officers. Please note that there are measures that you can take to minimize your vulnerability, including the following. Lock the doors and close the window of your home and vehicle. Again, we do not have a parking lot at this building. Turn on lights and leave soft noise playing when you are not home. There are no view holes on the door. I had to install a camera from that one company that I don't like to buy from because people are banging on my door all hours of the day, and some of them are employed by the rental company. If that's not harassment, I don't know what is. Require signatures for all packages. How are they going to get in the house if you refuse to fix the gate? Do not leave valuable items visible, including gym bags, iPads. The I is capitalized, so that maybe this was written by a real person because there's at least one typo. GPS, having having a cradle visible can indicate that there are equipment in your car. Do not leave the keys in your vehicle. Install anti-theft device such as alarm, GPS security tracking tool, or steering wheel lock. Oh, this part's in all caps. Do not allow cars or people to tailgate behind you. We don't have a parking lot here. If you see something, say something. This isn't New York. Get the out of here. If you suspect suspicious activities, please report them immediately to the Oakland Police Department. And it has the Oakland Police Department's number, and then it says, if it's an emergency, please dial 911. In addition, always inform the leasing officer who the is a leasing officer and what the is a leasing officer. Of such incidents, so we may be sure to follow up with appropriately. If you have any information or tips that can assist in investigations, please report them to the police department by calling the same police department number. Crime prevention is an extremely important issue to us. Is it? Then why are you illegally evicting people? If you're all about preventing crime, why are you committing crimes if you're about preventing them? Huh? Oakland Police Department, also, who I do not feel safe calling even in an emergency. We will continue to work closely with the police department and keep you updated on any developments. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. Kindly, your community management team. Who the is that?